Hi guys. Welcome to my channel. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. And also subscribe to my channel. Top 12 of the world's most stunning mountains. So make sure to watch the full video. Mountains have an allure. They are frequently covered in myths and lore. On some of the highest peaks in the world, monasteries and shrines have been constructed because they arouse spirituality. You only need to look at the crops and vines that are growing on the fertile slopes of a volcano to understand that they can be both destructive and productive. People have a strong desire to conquer mountains or to depict them in stunning photos or paintings. There will always be a way to climb a mountain, get to the top of a mountain, admire a mountain, take a picture of a mountain, or fly over a mountain wherever your travels take you. Here are 12 of the world's most stunning mountains. 12. Spain's Montserrat, Barcelona. One of the most stunning mountains in the world is Montserrat. Spain's Barcelona has a Montserrat. The mountain range known as Montserrat gets its name from its ragged appearance and translates to Saw Mountain. The renowned monastery located approximately halfway up the mountain also goes by this name. From Barcelona, it is simple to take a day excursion to a mountain and a monastery. For Catalans, Santa Maria de Montserrat, where 60 Benedictine monks still reside, is a significant place of pilgrimage. It houses a priceless Black Madonna from the 12th century known as La Mornita, or Little Brown One, and considered to be an image of Our Lady. Visitors and hikers may get to the monastery and the nearby natural park easily thanks to a cable car and a funicular railway. The pink-hued mountain of Montserrat, whose highest peak, Sant Jeroni, rises 4,055 feet, makes for stunning sunset photographs. 11. Neapolitan Mount Vesuvius, Italy. Beautiful water-based perspective of Mount Vesuvius. Italy's Mount Vesuvius is in Naples. The latest significant eruption of the only active volcano in continental Europe, the others are on islands, occurred in 1944. That amount of time is either encouraging or concerning, but Naples inhabitants, who sprawl below it, appear to favor the upbeat outlook. One of the most stunning mountains in the world, Vesuvius dominates the Bay of Naples. Posillipo, an upscale Naples area with some of the most sought-after real estate in Italy, may provide the nicest views. The Roman cities of Pompeii and Herculaneum were buried in 79 AD as a result of Vesuvius' most well-known eruption. Your respect for nature's power will only grow after visiting those amazing historical locations. 10. Greece's Thessaloniki, Mount Olympus. Ye.Kamas and Mount Olympus in Greece's Thessaloniki. The tallest of the 52 mountains that make up Mount Olympus is Mytikas, which rises to a height of 9,570 feet. Olympus was thought to be the home of the Greek gods in mythology because of its height and splendor. These spectacular peaks continue to evoke much of the wonder felt by the ancients despite frequently being veiled in fog or low cloud and ravaged by storms. Olympus, which is located 53 miles away in northern Greece, dominates the vista there. Olympus is a mountain in Greece that is famous for its abundant flora and is encircled by a national park and a World Biosphere Reserve. Also found here are more than 30 different species of animals, 18 different types of reptiles, and 100 different bird species. 9. Tenerife Mountain, Canary Islands. View of Spain's tallest mountain, Pico de Teide. Tenerife, Canary Islands. Mount Teide. Teide is one of the tallest volcanoes in the world and Spain's highest point at 12,188 feet. Its height would be a startling 24,600 feet if measured from the ocean's bottom. The most popular national park in Europe, which UNESCO has designated a World Heritage Site, surrounds the volcano. Though the environment may appear to be arid, it is home to hundreds of plant and animal species, many of which are specific to the area. From the top of the cable car, an aerial tramway that transports you up to 11,663 feet, high above the clouds, you can explore the higher slopes of one of the most stunning mountains in the world. Throw a snowball at Teide in the winter, then down the mountain to one of Tenerife's gorgeous beaches. 8. Italy's Mount Etna, Sicily. Mount Etna's stunning snow-capped top in Sicily, Italy. Sicily, Italy's Mount Etna. One of the most active volcanoes in the world, Etna is more than twice the size of Mount Vesuvius. It is also one of its most attractive, particularly in the winter and spring when it is blanketed in snow. Since eruptions have been documented here for 2,700 years, the mountain has been recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, providing scientists with a valuable database. A sizable protected area encompassing 224 square miles surrounding the mountain includes 2 ski slopes and a natural park. However, where you can go will depend on how the volcano is feeling. The feeling of walking on still warm lava flows is amazing, even if you miss the eruption. The word Etna means I burn in Greek, and Sicily's night sky is illuminated by Etna's fire. In spite of its destructive power, Montebello is known as the beautiful mountain in Italy. 7. Mount Fuji, Tokyo, Japan. One of the most stunning mountains in the world is Mount Fuji. Tokyo's Mount Fuji in Japan. Even if Mount Fuji's beauty is undiminished by its familiarity, it can seem surreal to view it in person. Mount Fuji has long been frequented by pilgrims as it is revered in Japan. Today, hikers increase the number of visitors, although it is debatable whether Fuji will ever cease to be a well-known Japanese landmark best viewed from a distance. Its beautiful cone rises nearly 12,000 feet above the surrounding area, covered in snow in the winter. Mount Fuji preserves the majesty depicted in old paintings, whether you're viewing it from a tower in Tokyo or a bullet train headed to Osaka. 6. Hallasan Mountain, South Korea's Jeju Island. Hallasan Mountain, Jeju Island, South Korea, as seen from above. South Korea's Jeju Island is home to Hallasan Mountain. The largest island in South Korea, Jeju, is dominated by the country's tallest mountain, which rises to a height of 6,400 feet. Millions of tourists come to South Korea's Hawaii each year to take advantage of its tropical setting and weather. Hallasan, a shield volcano, is situated in a sizable protected region and can be seen from practically everywhere on the island. Korean newlyweds frequently travel to this verdant national park for their honeymoons, and it is a well-liked location for hikers. There are trails that take you up to the crater rim, where you can see a lake that is surrounded by flora. The mountain is referred to as Yongjusa in Korean, which means mountain high enough to pull the galaxy. If you were to visit Hallasan at night under a full moon, you would fully appreciate this, but even during the day, it is a striking sight. 5. Canada's Canadian Rockies. The Canadian Rocky Mountains, which span from Montana in the north to Alaska, are 12,000 feet tall and encompass 5 national parks. They are more untamed than the American Rockies, rising suddenly from the plains of Alberta in a scene that Western film directors adore. This is unquestionably one of the most stunning mountain ranges in the world. Hot springs were discovered in Banff National Park in 1880, turning it into a popular spa destination. When the mountains are reflected in Lake Louise's quiet, emerald water, they are at their most breathtaking. A trip across the Rockies by car or train is a memorable adventure. The snow-capped peaks, glaciers and turquoise blue lakes along the Icefield Parkway are some of the most spectacular vistas in North America. 4. Alaska's Denali Mountain, USA. Alaska's iconic Denali Mountain. Yi.Kamasmasmasmas, and at 20,310 feet, the highest point in North America is covered with snow all year long. When reflected in the quiet water of Reflection Pond below it, it creates an even more stunning view, making it a favorite among honeymooners in Alaska. Denali, formerly known as Mount McKinley, returned to its original name in 2016. Denali means the tall one in one of Alaska's native tongues. One of the most breathtaking vistas on Earth, Denali rises 3.5 vertical miles from its base, making it actually a mile taller than Mount Everest. Denali's foot is barely 2,000 feet above sea level, which makes Everest's sheer mass all the more striking. Everest is perched on a plain that is 14,000 feet high. 3. Mount Rainier, United States of America. Mount Rainier, Washington, United States, as seen in a postcard. USA, Washington, Mount Rainier. Even from a distance, Mount Rainier in the Cascade Mountain Range, which rises to a height of 14,400 feet, seems picture perfect. It is possibly one of the most dangerous mountains in the world, despite being one of the most stunning. Although Rainier is heavily glaciated and produces 5 significant rivers, its last eruption was roughly 500 years ago. The mountain is regularly watched since any eruption might cause significant flooding downstream. Mount Rainier National Park was founded in 1899, 17 years before the National Park Service, and is only 60 miles outside of Seattle. It provides a beautiful contrast between enormous snow-capped peaks, vibrant wildflower meadows, and old-growth woodland. 2. Martinique's Mont Pelée. Beautiful vegetation on Martinique's Mont Pelée. Martinique's Mont Pelée. The majestic Mont Pelée is located on the picturesque island of Martinique. The last eruption of La Montagne Pelée, the Bald Mountain, occurred in 1902. The eruption, one of the deadliest of the 20th century, damaged the adjacent town but greatly advanced our understanding of volcanoes. Along this northern shore, volcanic ash has produced strange black and gray sand beaches. In contrast, other parts of Martinique have white Caribbean beaches, which are more typical. 1. The Pitons of St. Lucia. Panorama of the Pitons. Pitons, St. Lucia. When you first spot the twin peaks of the Pitons on the horizon, you are aware that you have arrived at the lovely St. Lucia. Despite being on the southwest coast, they are always nearby because they are featured in everything from the island's logo to a well-known beer label. Although it appears to be one mountain in photographs, there are actually two summits that are apart. While Petit Piton is 2,461 feet above sea level, Gros Piton is 2,619 feet. The steeper, wetter Petit Piton is a riskier climb, but the 4-hour-long Gros Piton has beautiful views. Now recognized as UNESCO World Heritage Sites, the duo is more beautiful when viewed from the water at dusk. So, that's it for today. We hope you enjoyed the video. Use the comments section below to tell us what you think about the video. Also, make sure to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button to be notified of all the latest videos.